winking at you again.
That silly face you had on just now. Sorry, it's fine.
Sadio Mano's great. Mane, Lisa.
Oh, you know what, Matt, can I make another request? Because we did see shots of the Barcelona fans leaving very early on in this game, leaving at half-time, actually. Thierry, how stinging will the criticism be come tomorrow morning in Barcelona?
Look, I said it before the game, it was about pride, it was about momentum, it was about showing that you can win a big game, and Bayern Munich did that.
This is half-time, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's when you don't win there, it's tough. It's really tough. If they had won, like I said, they would have said, well, it's a bit too late. But now it's going to be a big problem because questions are going to be raised.
Is the question about the manager, basically?
Yeah, it will be. It will be. It will be not only him. Yeah, they will question a bit of everything, and you're the captain of the boat, so obviously you're going to have more questions to answer.
But is this a big problem where people like Xavi, who's had no experience before, goes into that job? Pirlo the same. We've just seen Steven Gerrard lose his job. Players of that ilk and of that stature getting big jobs too early, it not going well, and then we're losing them to the game.
Well, he's second in the league, and
you're talking about him losing his job.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that. I didn't talk about him losing his job. I never did. He's second in the league. Pep starting to coach with us with men. So don't compare what Pep did, for example, and what Xavi did. No, I know, but that's what happened. The guy that started, great player at the club, at this club, the Pep did the same thing. That's why we're saying this. I personally don't think he should lose his job. I think he's doing a great job. I think also Steven Gerrard didn't give Stevie G enough time. I think for me that was just ridiculous for me. And you need to give whoever not ex-players people time. And I will again mention Arteta. It was nowhere to be seen. One of the worst seasons I've seen in Arsenal. You gave him time, he can build the team.
All right, listen, let me take you out to the Camp Nou, to Barcelona, where Guillaume Balaguer is standing by for us and watch this game live in person. Let's get your thoughts on what reaction is going to be and what fallout is going to be at Barcelona, Guillaume.
The season started with, wow, Lewandowski and Koundé and Xavi's running all these guys and Pedri's in it great and Gavi, and now he's gone to like, it's not enough to win. There's too many young players. Lewandowski don't get the service. Koundé cannot do everything on his own. They're exposed defensively. They're exposed offensively, or they're not good enough offensively. This is not our level. And of course the realization would be resignation first of all. It'll be criticisms, and it has been in the last few weeks. But Xavi is there to stay, because I think everybody realizes now it doesn't matter that you have Lewandowski and all those guys and the expectations, which have been far too big. The reality is second consecutive season in the Europa League. That's the reality.
Guillaume, thank you very much. Good to see you. As always,
Yeah, well, it definitely scares them, because obviously financially it weighs heavy on them, and they lose out, and that's a reason for them. They don't want that jeopardy at all. They want that guarantee of certain financial muscle that they're going to have by staying in the competition all the time. No relegations, no going out and going into a different tournament or going out completely. So this is where it's at. But again, I agree with that. Karma, it always plays a part at some point, and it seems like it's taken that this time.
And a huge problem for Barcelona, I think. Obviously they've leveraged money against the TV rights or to buy big players this year, and they wouldn't have expected to go out of the Champions League before the knockout stages. So it could be a huge blow for them financially.
Yeah, I mean, Colin says Barca going out of the Champions League is a potentially catastrophic financial blow. And Fentu goes one further and says, reports claim Barcelona is budgeted to reach at least the quarter-finals of the Champions League. It would be a financial disaster if they fail to make it out of the group stages and could affect how much they're able to spend.
Sounds like a lead situation, doesn't it? When you gamble on qualifying for the Champions League, they gamble on getting to a certain stage in the Champions League, and the house comes crumbling down. And you think Barcelona, wow, like from the heights that they've been at, to having to come to something like that would be crazy.
It was amazing how they managed to do the transfers they did, really. Like, we couldn't understand with the situation we were told was so perilous, and all of a sudden you think they're signing Lewandowski, top players, and you think for big money. You wonder how it's happened, and then obviously going out of the Champions League is going to be a huge blow to that.
It's like almost like the rules have been bent a little bit to allow them to, one, get the players in, but then to leverage certain aspects of the business going forward.
It's not uncommon, It's not uncommon. No, I mean a number of clubs are doing it, including smaller clubs in lesser leagues than the Champions League and lesser clubs than Barcelona.
In England?
Yeah, some of them are doing it. Yeah, I read a report the other day that Norwich might have done it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because you're trying to compete, and that's the problem, you know. But then it becomes massively unhealthy for football. Barca need to back Xavi. You can see the progress. Sacking him would just put us back 2 or 3 years, says Zach Kajama 8.
It's almost like, can you judge Xavi given all of the off-field problems that are going on as well? Do you know what I mean? Can you judge him as a coach in this era of his management period at Barcelona because of the pressures that surrounded him off of the pitch? It's crazy because obviously we've got midfielders in our country, Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard, who one's out of a job now, the other's still at Everton. This guy Xavi's now under pressure as well. It's crazy. Great midfielders of the generation who you expect to be great managers going through tough times.
Hector, how difficult was today's match also before the match when you knew you won't make it in the knockout stage? Was it difficult to go into the match even?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's difficult knowing that you're not playing for anything. This is something that we knew that could happen, but it's no excuse for the result that we got in the game. You know, with Barcelona, we're playing at home, so we should offer more than what we did, and that's got to push us to improve week by week and focus on the competitions that we're on.
How hard was the match itself? Bayern was very strong. Your team was offensively not really good. How did you see the match itself?
Well, football is difficult sometimes. You know, there's times that football doesn't flow in your boots in the same way that other games does. They press really well. We tried our best, but the players with a lot of quality, and we need to be able to match and be superior to teams like Bayern. You know, so that shows there's a lot of room for improvement, and that's stuff that is up to us.
Now it's going on in the Europa League. Is it a big motivation for you, or are you still disappointed that it's not enough for Champions League?
Every single game we play, there has to be motivation. We're football players. This is our job. So every single time that we step onto the pitch, we need to give 100% on whatever the competition is.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Standard answers, I would suggest.
I would think standard.
Three very
well rehearsed
answers.
Very, very well rehearsed.
Let's have a look at Liverpool.
The earlier games, they knew that they had to then wait and see what happened in that Atletico game. Atletico getting a result that meant that Porto do go through. So they are the other team through from that Group B. What it actually means, by the way, with Atletico going out, we know that Barcelona also went out. Only one La Liga team through to the round of 16 for the first time since 1998. Here's how this game played out between Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
But with Sadio Mane, I mean, there's talk, obviously he's gone there, he's won the Champions League before with Liverpool, but it's a signing to try and win you the Champions League. It's not a signing for the future. We know the age of Sadio Mane, and he's in his real peak years right now. And then Choupo-Moting, he's a player, every time he does something for Bayern Munich, we question actually why he's at the club, and you know, a club of some stature, but he's a really good squad player and he always seems to do the business.
Matt, can I see the pass of Gnabry, please?
Who's Matt?
The producer.
Anyone know who Matt is? Who's Matt?
The guy that gives you all the info when you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
No, not that one, please. That's easy. The first one. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're talking about Mane. We're talking about goals. Without assists, there is no goals. Give him his credit. The assist of Gnabry there is magnificent.
You
want to see the first goal?
Who is this Matt fella, by the way?
I don't know.
You don't know Matt?
No.
Oh, the fella that goes in your box.
Oh, wow.
At Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Matt. Come on, Matt.
The one that tells you what you need to know. Look. Woo. Yeah, that's football.
Jamie, I know I'm jumping back a little bit to Liverpool. How big a loss for Liverpool is this fella here?
Yeah, he's a big loss, of course he is, but you know, people sort of question Liverpool for letting him go. They had no real option. He wanted to leave. He asked to leave the club sort of 12 months before he went, and they were never going to give two 30-year-olds big contracts, so him and Salah are in the same situation contract-wise. So I think the fact Sadio Mane wanted to leave, they could bring a younger player in terms of Nunes, different type of player, but sooner or later Liverpool had to drop the age, or the average age of that front three with Firmino, Salah and Mane.
You think he gets enough credit for how Liverpool's played in the last couple of years? Sonny?
He definitely gets it from me.
Mane.
He definitely gets it from me. I've always said consistently on this show that he's my favourite Liverpool player of that era of Jurgen Klopp. I think he completely changed the face of the club because he was Jurgen Klopp's first. But what are you laughing at?
What's
going on here?
Why you always give me the blame?
Yo,
is he